when I reached out to you, my biggest concerns were feeling clueless when it came to nutrition. But I think what really drove me to reach out for help was running a marathon for the first time ever. And I was just
Mm-hmm.
very nervous of not making the right choices that was going to make me feel good or get me through that experience, because it's obviously a pretty rigorous training program. You're putting your body through a lot. And I just wanted to make sure I felt good before, during, and after runs. And I think we talked many times. The biggest thing was I didn't want to get hurt. I didn't want to hurt
Yeah.
myself by going through this crazy training program. I also I feel like a lot of women feel this way when they reach out for nutrition advice. They're always looking to lose weight or
Mm-hmm.
fit in clothes better, or they have that societal pull, I guess, to fit into these standards that are always imposed on us. Of course, that was mine too. I wouldn't mind losing a little weight or feeling better, feeling more confident. That was definitely one of the things I said on the sheet that I applied for coaching, was feeling more confident in my body. And the further I got into the 6 month journey, focusing more on marathon training and focusing
Mm-hmm.
more on balanced meals and looking at my body more of not what it looks like, but what it's doing for me day in and day out. And that was, I feel like, the most powerful thing, because I'm like, why am I always knocking my body down? Like, oh, it doesn't look like this, doesn't fit into this. I can't wear these types of clothes because it won't look good. I'm like, I just freaking ran the New York City Marathon. Like, it carried through this
Yeah.
training, amazing race. And why am I so mean to it? It was crazy the way I started out thinking how nutrition coaching was going to go and my ideas and what I wanted out of it, how it completely did like a 180 for the better. I think it really helped my mental health and how I perceive myself and how I perceive what health means to me, because just not focusing on a number on a scale, like we've talked many times, I think my number on the scale stayed the same within like 5 pounds or so this entire time.
Yep.
But I felt the best I've had in a long time. And mentally, I felt more comfortable around food for the first time, like a long time, just to like come out of 6 months of thinking what I wanted out of this and not necessarily getting it, but getting something totally different and so much better. I think that's like the biggest thing, that if anyone is willing or reaching out, just take the jump, like prioritize yourself. You're going to find out so many different things about yourself. You're going to find out what you really want and what you really value in your health. I think that was the biggest thing. Me valuing not binging, not restricting, still enjoying foods that I love. I mean, I love to drink beer. I love to go out to eat, and I got to do all that. But also knew like how to immediately get right back on track to give my body what it wanted to feel good.
Absolutely. And that was the biggest difference, Courtney, like those moments that enjoyed yourself, that now you're so much more confident to just jump back into the things that support you. And that bounce back time is so much faster than in the past, where it maybe would have rippled more into the next day and the next week and the next month, etc.
Yeah, it definitely led right into that. We've talked about the binge restrict cycle. Like, oh my gosh, I just had a night out, had dinner out with friends. Now I have to eat. Like, this is what my eating has to look like for the next week or so, to the point where you come to the next time you go out and you're back on that cycle again. Yeah, it was definitely finally nice to feel like, okay, yeah, I just lived life a little bit last night, but now I'm, this is what's going to make me feel good today.
Love that. Such a change in mindset, like you're saying. And you're so much more confident in understanding how to build your meals. That was another thing you said to me, is like, I don't know what to eat to make me feel satisfied.
Yes. Yeah, definitely better at navigating social situations for sure, when food might be limited or balanced options might be limited, whether it's setting up for success before I go out, like having, 1 to 2 good meals or snacks before I go out, because I know that there may not be the greatest options there, or just doing the best I can with what's in front of me.
And your meal planning too. Like, I think you guys have some great staples and you're able to navigate that better too than in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. Meal prepping doesn't have to look as scary as it may seem. You can meal prep for 3 days just to get you through the first 3 days of the week helps, or just having prepped fresh produce already cut. Like that's a huge time saver, or having fruit ready to go, or having just a simple source of protein at the ready
Yeah.
so you can throw it into any type of meal really quick has really helped. And I think that's another thing that's a misconception when it comes to setting yourself up for success during the week is
Mhm.
like, oh, Sunday has to be this huge, crazy meal prep day. It doesn't really. If you just have a couple of things to throw in your fridge, you can make a balanced meal out of anything. That's what we worked on whole journey. You got a couple of staples in your fridge, you can make a bowl out of anything.
Thank you so much for sharing your experience and your journey and inspiring other people that they can do it too and it doesn't have to look a certain way.